a video response to myself and others who watched my Black Rifle Coffee video that I uploaded recently. And just to kind of clarify, I bought the coffee and I made the video before the whole controversy went down with Black Rifle Coffee not wanting to sponsor Kyle Rittenhouse, and then people dug up that the CEO and a couple of other members of the company donated to some either Democrat candidates or to organizations. I don't know. I didn't do the research. I trust that information is true. And I watched an interview where somebody from Black Rifle Coffee said, "Yep, it was they donated to a Democrat because they lost a bet." Whatever the reason, they did it, right? And people are all upset at that situation. So that's the foundation of this conversation, right? I'm breaking into this video with this video to say that I am not doubting that Black Rifle Coffee made some missteps to the people who support them purely because they're Second Amendment supporters, and they made representations or alluded to that they were pro-Second Amendment people, and then turned around and violated the trust, so to speak, of the people who do support them for the reasons that they alluded that they are Second Amendment supporters. I'm not saying they're not guilty of that, okay? So let's get that clear. And I'm not calling anybody a liar who says that there's evidence of that, because I have to take your word for it. I haven't researched it myself. I've only read maybe 2 news articles or 2 news blurbs off the internet, and as we all know, everything on the internet's true, right? So anyway, back to my original point. So when people saw my video, because I uploaded after it all happened and I didn't know any of this had happened, people were telling me, "Oh, throw that coffee in the garbage," or "Don't buy from them anymore because they gave to Democrats." And it kind of went both ways. It's like, well, some people just spoke to the coffee. Yes, I've heard it's pretty good coffee. And that's the other thing. I didn't know anything about Black Rifle Coffee either way, and say they were pro Second Amendment. I just, you have to assume that because their name is Black Rifle, and but there are other companies, even gun manufacturers, that give to Democrat organizations and candidates. So it's neither here or there. It happens. People in every organization will donate to anybody they want. It's their right. And I didn't see anything that overtly said, "Hey, we're pro Second Amendment." If there is, I haven't seen it. Anyway, so I uploaded this video of me drinking some of that coffee, and there was, some hate, and some people were like, "Oh yeah, that's good coffee." And it was good coffee, but my main thought was, well, it's kind of expensive, it is good, but I've had good coffee that didn't cost as much, so but for them being a veteran-owned organization or a veteran-owned company, I probably wouldn't have bought it at all. So that's where I left the video. But after all the conversations or all the comments came in, what kind of struck me as interesting in the realm of human nature, and I'm guilty of it too. I have been guilty of it, and I'm probably still somewhat guilty of it, but I try to look a little deeper into the logic of when I like or dislike something. But one of the comments was like, "You need to throw that away, or I would throw that in the garbage." something like that. Well, let's analyze that point. I bought something that I didn't know that would upset other people, or would even upset me, right? So then when I found out that the company did something that upset me, why would I throw it away? I already spent my money on it. Just like when, when the whole Kaepernick thing happened and people were burning their football jerseys and football memorabilia and all that, and it's like, why are you doing that? Because you already paid that money. How is that punishing, besides just letting people know that you're upset at that organization? So I don't get that logic at all. I don't think I've ever subscribed to that logic. I even still have a hard hat of an NFL team, because I paid for it long before any of this happened. I paid for it. Me burning it or throwing it away or destroying it in any way, one, it does nothing to hurt the organization that I'm mad at. If anything, it's hurting me because I'm throwing away my hard-earned money. And two, if I really wanted to show my displeasure, I would get like a piece of paper with their name on it and I would burn that. Because a piece of paper is much less than a hard hat I bought with the logo on it, right? If anything, I could peel that logo off and still use the hard hat. But I've seen people, burning their jerseys or, burning posters or whatever it is that they bought. I don't get it. Next point would be, people say don't support them because they don't support the Second Amendment, and I'm okay with that. If you go to a company, if you support a company purely on the basis that they are a pro Second Amendment company, that's fine. But I didn't go buy that company's product purely because I thought they were pro Second Amendment. I bought it because I like coffee and they sold coffee and they were veterans. There are many, many reasons why I support any company, right? But that's so let's say I had a list of things, of criteria that a company has to have before I support them. If they don't hit every single one of the things that I care about, should I not buy from them? So let's say there's 3 criteria for me supporting Black Rifle Coffee, right? Good coffee, and to me, you'd have to assign a set of priorities, right? What is the straw that will break the camel's back, so to speak, if they don't have that nugget, or it's not in that tier of priority? So first would be, is the coffee good to me, for them? Check. The coffee is good. Is the coffee worth what I'm willing to pay? I'm kind of lukewarm on that one, so I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, that'd be a 5. I'd buy it, but maybe on a special occasion, right? Or maybe not all the time. And then 3, they're veterans. I'm a veteran. I like to support veteran-owned companies. So those 3 things were on my list, okay? I don't know anything about their politics. I don't know anything about their, what they allude they are or aren't. So that, to me, check, check, check. I buy the stuff, all right? So now all this comes out that they don't support the Second Amendment, or it's alluded that they don't support the Second Amendment, or whatever.
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
They don't meet somebody else's criteria. So should I not buy something because somebody else, it doesn't meet somebody else's criteria? Trust me, I am a Second Amendment supporter, but it's low on the, for coffee, it's low on the priority list. You know, for a gun owners association, or for some, you know, organization that professes to stand up for Second Amendment rights, yeah, that would make me not want to support them, because that's in their mission. But a company that sells coffee, meh, you know, to me that's kind of low on the priority list. So that's another point. So then a third point is, you know, the only thing that I found was that the CEO and then like somebody in Canada, in their Canadian division, also did some dealings with some Democrats. Well, again, I don't know much about the company, but they're in an organization. You're not gonna get everybody to toe the line. I don't care how, you know, how big or small, you know, unless it's like even a 1 or 2 person organization, depending on the pressures. So, and I don't know how this company's structured, but it is a thing that you could be the CEO of the company, but you're just the hired gun, so to speak, right? You're the hired manager. Even though your position is very high, you can be removed. So I don't know if the CEO was the founder or was one of the co-founders or what. Even if he was one of the co-founders, he has a right to do whatever he wants with his money. If he wants to give it to a Democrat, so be it. That's his business. And I agree, if he professes, or that company professes to be pro Second Amendment, and they find out he did it, yeah, you know, they take a beating where they take a beating. But for me, it's a coffee company, and I know people are still going to disagree. If it's a situation where the CEO kind of acted on his own, and they brought him in to run the company, and he's like, yeah, I'm okay with, you know, doing gun stuff, but in the back, he's really not a gun guy or pro Second Amendment guy. You know, that's on him, and if the other owners or co-owners of the company, if that really offends them, they can get rid of that CEO. If there's a board, they can get rid of the CEO. Remember Apple, you know, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, they were the founders of Apple, and guess what? When the company got big enough, the board kicked Steve Jobs out because he was such a wacko. So it can't happen. Even if the guy was a co-owner or founding member, if he strays from the mission of the company, they can kick him out. So I don't know if the company's going to kick him out, or you know, or if that's, you know, if he can justify what he did or make amends. I don't know, but that's, you know, that's internal, that's their business. But to impugn everybody in the company because of the actions of the CEO, you know, that, I don't think that's fair to everybody in the company. There might be, you know, a vast majority of the company that didn't know about that are angry too. So, you know, to not support that company because of the one dude or the couple of people, I think we're kind of being premature on the judgment, right? And my last point is, it seems that since social media, we as human beings have, at least in America and in the U.S., just through my observations of postings on social media, have been less patient with each other, regardless of your political ideology, right? In that it used to be when we talked to each other face to face, and we had conversations, you know, it was a back and forth. Hey, I think this. Well, you know, I kind of look at it like this, and, you know, either way, one person might say, well, yeah, I see your point. Okay, I can see where you're coming from. And we kind of mostly meet in the middle. But now, with social media being a one-way sounding board, so to speak, we don't really consider each other's point of views anymore. You know, we're really quick to judge and tell other people how they should think and what they, what they should do in different situations regarding, political ideology, social ideology, and it's a sad state of affairs. And again, I'm not immune to it either. I sometimes jump on the bandwagon of, this sucks. We should all do this. And we don't let cooler heads prevail. And that's a dangerous thing. Humans are meant to collaborate and work together and achieve goals together. We can't do things. There are many things we can't do by ourselves, and we need help from others. I believe it's a Bible saying something to the effect that many hands make light work. It might be in the Bible, I don't know. Maybe somebody, a religious, spiritual, smart person said, but it really, we need to be a community, and it's hard to be a community when we only seek out people who absolutely agree with us. And even friends, lifelong friends, that agree with 99% of everything each other agrees with. One thing they disagree with, the friendship's over. That's not cool. That's not a good way to live your life. So I guess my wish, my prayer for all my friends who are watching this is that take a moment to consider another point of view, and don't be so quick to judge or get angry. Do a little research, put a drop of logic into, hey, I'm angry about this, does it make sense? And again, I'm not perfect either, and I strive to think that when I get angry. So don't take this as preaching. Take it as, hey, I'm in the same boat, and here's how we can help each other out. So that's all I got. And God bless everybody out there, and let's not be so hard on each other and not be so hard on ourselves. So that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.